I'm Robin Van Dorn from One Point Physical Therapy, located here at Balance in Chestnut Hill. And we are so excited this Thanksgiving week. We have a lot of activities and fundraisers happening. So on Thursday, the day of Thanksgiving, all of our classes will be free with donations to support my husband's organization, the Anderson Monarchs, which is located in South Philadelphia, that provides sports and educational training to thousands of kids in the Philadelphia area. And we are also holding a Frosty 5K run, and proceeds will also support our programming. So I'm just here to talk a little bit about why Balance is doing this for us. Obviously, I have a connection here with the community and have so for a long time. I consider people here my close friends and that I care deeply about, and they care enough about us and our program to support us. And I just want to get across what we do as an organization. So the Monarchs was founded in 1995 by my husband Steve, who saw a need in the community to bring sports into an area that's inhabited. Very quickly he decided that it wasn't just about sports, and what the Monarchs community brings is family and education. So we're not a team that, guns for hire, where we just take the best kids and we go to tournaments and we beat up on other teams. It's not about the wins and losses. It's all about the thread that happens between, the training and the education, and we've gotten a lot of kids into really high-performing schools and colleges. So it's not just about sports; it's family. And once you're a Monarch, you are a Monarch for life. We offer basketball, soccer, baseball, and one thing that you'll note when you ever come to South Philly to see our fields, every college graduate gets a plaque with their name up on our fence around the baseball field. And from age 5 on up, those kids who are training look at those college signs and they can aspire to something, and that's what it's all about. Our coaches work really hard to include education to connect our past to our future. And it's a very unique program, and I'm going to kick it over to Courtney to give you another perspective.
Hi, I'm Courtney Altmus, proud member of the Balance community for 10 plus years. I have a company, a financial literacy company called Team Altmus. And I became involved with the Monarchs mostly through my dear friend Robin and Steve. And I was struck by, mostly as I watched the children who were involved in the Monarchs and playing their sports, how unbelievably disciplined and respectful and their sportsmanship. I thought that it was incredibly unique, sadly, especially in this modern time of quick social media hits and easy access to, quick positive feedback. They have discipline, they have endurance, they have kindness at their core, and they are fierce competitors. So I decided to get more involved and learn more about it, and went to their annual homecoming and saw that when those plaques are unveiled, the plaques that Robin spoke about, all of the little ones, like she said, from 5 all the way around the infield, all the way up to the high schoolers, watch as those graduates come back that year and they unveil their plaques. And on the other side, there are now plaques for graduate schools. So they're all in uniform, everybody wears a uniform, practice and game, very disciplined, and they're watching and they immediately want to aspire to be those people who played for the Monarchs, not because of sports, but because of where they went to school. So incredibly empowering. I think it's important as a community, especially in this year of 2020, that we not only want to help, but learn who we want to help, learn what they need. So I think we all have to spend some time immersed in those activities to understand and then give, whether it's time or money or whatever they need, accordingly. So I joined the board this year. I have been incredibly impressed. As soon as the pandemic shutdown happened, they quickly pivoted to amazing online programs. So these kids that were now at home, not in school, parents getting furloughed, parents getting laid off, they had this incredible programming. They raised a family fund to support families that immediately were faced with food insecurity. They hired a parent who had been laid off to run logistics for that. And for anybody who donated to the family fund, they kept everybody updated each week, how many meals went out, how many tutoring sessions for kids. And now there's a Learning Access Center for Philadelphia Public Schools for 22 children whose parents are essential workers. And especially now that the schools are shutting down again, that's critical. So I thought it would be great to have Steele Russell with us today. He got introduced to the Monarchs a couple years ago and had the opportunity this summer to immerse himself in the team.
Hi, I'm Steele Russell. Like Courtney said, my first experience in the Monarchs was about 2 years ago. My actual first experience was in the clubhouse when I played professional baseball, watching them win the college or Little League World Series. And little did I know that I'd have the chance later on to come in and work with them. But the very first experience I had was 2 years ago. Courtney took me to the plaque unveiling for some of the kids that had just gotten accepted into college, which was a pretty cool thing to be a part of. I didn't really know what was going on. Courtney just asked me if I'd like to tag along, and to show up in this field in South Philly and watch all of these kids look up at these plaques and they start to pull away and you see the names and you see the kids that have achieved this goal, their faces are just lit up. And then you look to their left and their right and there's younger kids around them looking up to them. And very quickly you saw that this is a very unique community. It's something that has been brought up to be loving, caring, and genuine. And it's something that you can't see and not want to be a part of. So fast forward about a year, and with the events that have happened over the past year, I realized that I needed to get more involved. And I ended up reaching out to Robin, who put me in touch with Steve, thinking that I could help out with the team, maybe coach some hitting clinics or something like that. Little did I know that Steve would ask me to play in a league for college kids, which I'm a little too old for, but I did it anyway. And I'm really glad I did. It was an absolutely incredible experience to be in the dugout with these kids who are 17, 18, 19 years old, who have already accomplished so much, but to see the drive that they had was just incredible. They inspire everybody that watched them. When I played with them, it's a summer college league in the middle of a pandemic that no one really cares who wins or loses. And I wanted to win so bad just so that I could win with these guys because they were just so much fun to be around. And I went into it with the idea that I was going to be teaching and coaching them. And I ended up learning more from them than I think they did from me. And I think it's so important that when you find communities like this, when you find teams like this that have these goals that extend beyond sports, that touch lives, that touch people around them, it's so important that we as a community stand behind that and that we show that this is what we believe as well. And the fact that we have the chance to help out this organization, that we are so close-knit and closely tied to it, I think it presents this wonderful opportunity that we need to take advantage of right now. So I appreciate all the support. Back to Robin.
So just kind of wrapping everything up, one thing Steve always says is that he gets more from these kids in this program than they actually get from him. And just his motto, and he has a quote from Jackie Robinson that he puts on all his business cards, and it's on one of our buses as well too, one of our team buses. It says, "A life is not important except for the impact it has on other lives." And that's what we are all about. It's not a selfish organization. It's we're here with a purpose,